Hi everyone, welcome to the very short video that I'm posting about the exam that is this Wednesday, December the 16th, which begins promptly at 2:45 and ends at 4:45. This is our exam time, and you must be in the Zoom room to take the exam. I will be taking roll on this day, so make sure that you're there. Your exam will be proctored using Proctorio. And the exam will be posted to the content page of Beachboard. So you'll just access the exam on weeks 16, 17, just like you would access any type of McGraw-Hill assignment, and you will be prompted to go to McGraw-Hill and launch that browser. You'll want to make sure that you are in Chrome, because the exam will be proctored using a system called Proctorio. And what Proctorio is a system that ensures academic integrity, and it provides a locking capabilities and options for remote proctoring. Make sure you don't have any other windows open, just some tips or other apps on your computer, because that can affect the starting of the exam. You don't want to have a second monitor. You'll want to make sure that you take that out, and then you will be required to have a webcam. So make sure you have a webcam, and you will want to make sure that your you probably want to take your webcam off during the exam. I think that it sort of monitors that if you have it on during the exam, but meaning like on Zoom. So just when we get to the exam, we can talk about it, but just make sure you have at least have the Chrome open. Make sure you have it installed on your computer. You don't want to use another type of browser. Okay, as far as the exam itself, you will be asked 25 questions, and then I have these learning outcomes for each chapter that you'll want to look at. So questions may come in the form of true, false, multiple choice, and or essay short answer. So I have developed a sort of a pool of a variety of questions, and it's going to be random for each student. So just know that. So not everybody's getting the same question. You will receive an automatic grade for all correct, true, false, or multiple choice questions, and but I will have to manually grade your short answers. So if you get a short answer essay question, know that you might get one, you may get two at the most. And if you do that, you will have to write that information that you need, short answer, to the best of your ability, and I will grade the final for that. As far as studying is concerned, you want to concentrate on these following areas, because I have questions based on all of these learning outcomes here. Okay, and you can access the McGraw-Hill textbook. You can start with the PowerPoints that I have posted in weeks 16, 17 in the final preparation folder. And then if you want to go to the text for detailed information, you can do that. So not all learning outcomes are here. There's only a few, but again, this is where I had posted, or this is where I drew the questions from. So Chapter 9, which is on routine messaging, we did it way back in September, and you're just going to describe how to deliver routine messages, and how that impacts credibility. So again, some of these questions are multiple choice, true, false, and a few short answers, not for each section, just to kind of clarify. It's going to be, there might be none for Chapter 9 and maybe like one for Chapter 12. Again, that's, but that's neither here nor there. So these are the things that you just need to pay attention to. Okay, so learning outcome 9.1, 9.2, and 9.3. You'll notice that a lot of them have to, you'll see a lot of them having to do with credibility. So the next ones like chapter 10, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, and 10.5. And you'll also notice that some of these are what we've already discussed in class during class lectures and activities. So with chapter 10, we are only having to really look at learning outcome 10.1, 10.2, 3, and then 5. And chapter 10 is on persuasive messages, so you guys should be pretty familiar with persuasive messages since your individual presentation focused on, convincing the reader, as well as your cover page of your other report that you wrote for your group project. You're trying to convince the reader to read the message. Chapter 12 is on research and business proposals and planning for business reports. So these are all the different types of business reports. Again, some questions probably about credibility, research objectives. So this is the chapter that described primary research, secondary research, evaluating research data, things like that, to address a business problem. So, citing, that sort of stuff that we had talked about. Chapter 13, completing reports. So this is completing business proposals and actual reports. So things like executive summaries or memo reports, those types of reports. So persuasive proposals. So you will be looking at outcomes 13.1, 13.2, 13.3, and 13.4. Okay, so peruse those. And then the next two are based on presentations. So there's planning and delivering presentations. You guys should be familiar with these. And the learning outcomes for 14 and 15, just 14.1, 14.2, 14.4, and 14.5. Okay. And then 15.1, 15.3, 15.5, and 15.6. So a lot of these just having to do with preparing to present effective in teams, interacting effectively with the audience, describing nonverbal communications for presentations, describing how to present, delivery impacts, describe how presentations delivery impacts on credibility, and then, just developing the presentation. And then the last one, this seems like a lot, but this is the chapter on chapter 16 on resumes and cover letters. So most of these questions have to do with just professional networking, the job application process. Okay, so your selling points, the needs for employers, evaluating the primary needs of employers for positions of interest, setting up message structure for resumes and cover letters, highlighting qualifications, creating chronological and functional resumes, LinkedIn, composing and effective cover letters, strategies for responding to common job interviews, etiquette for following up. Okay. So the job application process from applying all the way to the interview. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So again, you'll have about 25 questions. Each of them are worth 2 points, and so 50 points total. And again, the exam is tomorrow, and it begins at 2:45. You have 2 hours, but you may not even take that long. So I've had other exams where students, the longest they took was about an hour, 15 minutes, hour, 20 minutes. If you do have questions, let me know. I look forward to talking and seeing you guys tomorrow. Good luck.